Hello and welcome to day 6 of your 7-day ab challenge. You've made it this far, so congrats. Today is about core and glutes, otherwise known as guts and butts. That's what we used to call it at the gym that I taught at. That's what I call it at the gym where I'm at now. An optional glute loop. So you can use this one if you have this latex one. We're going to be using it above the knees. This one also recommended. It's a little bit more fabric thicker and it has the grippies on the inside. So if you have it, great. If not, don't worry about it. You're still going to feel it. And I'll give you options if you have the rubbery latex one. So today's tip of the day is stress management and steps. So they kind of go hand in hand. We've been talking about all the healthy things every day. So today I want to talk about stress management. Already by moving your body, that is a form of stress management, of just doing something for yourself, strengthening your body and therefore your mind. So that's great. You might want to think about other things when you're stressed. I did talk about a couple of them during the week. We talked about breath work, and that was that was day 1. I'd like to talk a little bit more about that today. Breath work can help in the heat of the moment when you're just highly stressed. I recommend box breathing. It's just very easy to do anywhere. And you breathe and imagine like a box, or square breathing. So you're going to breathe in for 4, hold it for a count of 3 or 4, not holding your breath, just kind of slowing the breath down, and then releasing for 4, and then letting that breath sit before you go up again. So that's just like a quick hack, can bring down stress in the moment, whether you get a stressful phone call, email, stuck in traffic. That's when I usually do my breath work. So it just helps in the moment. There are loads of other breath techniques you can use. You can go breathe in for a longer amount of time and release a little bit longer. So find what works for you, and you could always do some research on that. But I think the box breathing is just easy to remember, and it just kind of slows you down. Other ways, to reduce stress based on your preferences. If you like to journal, if you like to meditate or do yoga, if you tend to go for a walk outside in nature when things get stressful, you just need sunshine, you need a break. That's kind of my go-to. I've been trying to do a daily walk in the afternoon when I have time, or in between clients, 20 or 30 minutes, just to increase my step count. But more importantly, just to kind of reset my mind. Sometimes I'll listen to a podcast. I generally don't talk on the phone. Sometimes I do. But I really try to take in all the sights and sounds. So maybe a podcast, maybe some music, whatever suits you. If talking on the phone is good for you and you love it, then do that, because it has to work for you. So it's a great way to get your steps into. If you like to tidy up your house, pick a little project in 10 minutes, just kind of organize something or clean something. I like that too. It just kind of keeps me busy. Puzzles. I just started to do an online puzzle that my kids told me about, and I'm really finding it just relaxing because my mind is totally focused on it and not about other things that might be bothering me. So find what works, maybe do a little brainstorm session and write some things down that you enjoy doing, or put it in your notes on your phone, and pick, a couple that can really help you, whether it's in the short term, like breathing, or something more like you could, or in a routine at night, like journaling, meditating, stretching, things like that. And that'll also help your sleep too if you do it at night. Getting steps in real quick. We all know the 10,000 steps is recommended. I I like that, but I also just think sometimes people feel defeated. Oh, I didn't get to my 10,000 steps. Like, oh, I'm a failure. I don't want that ever to be. If you get to 8 or 9,000 or 7,000, kudos to you. You got steps in. It all counts, whether you're pacing on the phone, going for a walk, um, doing a fitness class, it all helps. So the point is just getting up more during the day and moving your body. So a little daily walk can kind of help with that. I know when I do my 20 or 30-minute walk, I probably get another 2,000 steps. So it's a nice way, even after dinner, to help with digestion. Put it into your day when you feel it will ring true to you. I would love to walk in the morning, but mornings are my busiest time with work, so I don't just get up and walk. Sometimes on the weekends I do, and I enjoy that, but I work it into a time that works for me, and afternoons is kind of like my jam or right after dinner. All right, with that being said, we are going to get started. So have these available. We're going to start standing and sorry. And we're going to get warmed up. So always included in these workouts, a brief 2-minute warm up, maybe a minute or two cool down. All right. So just start with a nice big deep breath. Exhale and give me a squat. Since we are going to focus on the glutes, let's get it warm right away. So remember, good squat form. Sit the hips back first before you go down. That'll protect your knees, and it'll just keep the right muscles firing when you squat. Inhale. Good. One more. And squat. Good. We're going to reach up and over and come up on the toes in between. Up and over. Reach. Good. So I'd like to warm up everything, not just our core. In all these workouts, they're a little bit specific to what we are working, like cardio abs and weighted abs. We incorporated bigger movements to get that heart rate up. Good. One more each side. Last one. Good. Good. And we're going to do a little twist. Bring your hands to the front and twist side to side. So keep your hips quiet here. And we're going to bend the knees a little more. Just kind of take it at your own pace, shoulders down. Good. Last one. Come back to center. We're going to come down to the floor. So I just want to make sure you can see me. Down a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come down to the floor for our cat and cow. The music is just background. So don't feel like you have to go to the beat. Hands under your shoulders, knees under hips, nice straight back. And we're going to go into our cat and cow. Round the back and arch the spine. So just go back and forth between these two. Good. And maybe one more. This feels so good on your spine. Good. All right. We're going to come right into a glute bridge and just do a few warm-up moves for the glute bridge. And then we are going to start with glutes, but I just want to get a little warmer here. We're just going to pulse the glute bridge. Just still warming up. You can also make it up and down if you're feeling tight in those hips. Squeezing those glutes and squeezing your abs as you go up. Important to note, we're on the tips of our shoulder blades, not our neck. So your head, neck, and shoulders should feel comfortable in a glute bridge. Last one. Good. Hug those knees in and just rock side to side. Nice. Roll yourself up. All right. So we're going to start with glute. So I'm going to put my band on over my knees. If you don't have one, you don't need anything. You can also use a weight at your hips if you want to add resistance that way. So strengthening the glutes, so important for your core. They help support the core, just like strong hamstrings, quads, kind of is all related. So these are all 45 seconds. And the first one is a glute bridge up and down. And then we're going to flip around for a donkey kick. So your heels are down, your feet are down, and you're going to stretch the band a little bit. You're going to have your arms down, and we have 45 seconds. So we're going to go up and halfway down. Keep constant tension. If you have the band, you're going to keep constant tension on the band. It's not just there to wrap around your knees. You're going to actively press out into it, and you're going to press into the whole foot. And when you lower down that little bit, you're still squeezing the glutes, okay? So it's like an up and halfway down, but I want you to keep those glutes tight. Good. Looking at my timer. You have about 10 seconds left. You should be feeling a little fire. You can also hold a weight here if that feels good for you. And bring it down. Good. Flip on over. And if you have this band, you're going to put it under one knee, around the knees, but under one knee so it doesn't slip. I always have to do that when I use that band. Sometimes it won't slip, but you don't want it to snap or hurt your leg. So, all right, we're going to come down to our elbows, and we're going to take our right leg, extend it back, and lift and lower. Good. Definitely going to feel this one with or without the band. Tap, lift. You're a little bit limited with the band. 45 seconds of this one, and you're working that core as well. You can also do it up here as long as you're comfortable and that back is nice and straight. So if you're more comfortable up here, you can do this one up here. Let's hold it up and pulse the last few seconds here. Lift from the top of the leg. Abs are tight. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back into a quick child's pose. Sorry. And then come back up. Good. And we're going to do that other leg. So take that leg back and lift and lower. Remember, you can be down here. Both are fine as long as you're pulling in the core. Good. And lift. Lift. I'm actually finding it more comfortable for me to be up here. Pretty restricted with this band. This is a medium, but it feels very tight. Abs are working here too. Pulse it up. Last few seconds. You can point or flex your foot. Good. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back into child's pose. All right, flip back over. We're going to do a glute bridge march. And it's almost like a little single leg glute bridge. So come up, arms at your side. And we're going to one at a time, keeping the hips level. Bring the knee in. It looks easy, but it's actually very hard. So go ahead whenever you're starting. Good. Whenever you get set, just start. That's what I meant to say. So the goal here is to keep the hips level. So you can get some feedback by just putting your hands here. You're not as high as in a regular glute bridge. And just make sure you're putting your foot down right where it started. And squeeze. This is a great exercise, not only for your glutes, but for your abdominals. If you want to make it a little harder, you can take those arms up. The slower you go, the harder it is. And the band makes it a little harder. And rest. Ooh, you can give those knees a hug. Come on up. Next one is going to be a fire hydrant. And I'm going to bring one elbow down for this one. So I'm going to bring the opposite elbow down. And the opposite knee is going to go to the side. So we go up and down. Up. I'm going to show you from the front. Keep going. So I have one elbow down and one hand for support. Again, you might be going higher without the band or a looser band. Just stretch it as much as you can. You're working the obliques here too. Keep going. Almost there. Almost there. Squeeze. I'm just letting that knee come down. It's not touching the floor. Last one. Whew. Stretch it back. All right, we're going to do that other side. And then we come up to a standing position. Opposite elbow goes down. Keep a stretch on the band. Here we go. Now you don't have to go to the beat. You can go a little slower. I'm going to show you from the front. You can also have both elbows down. Push against that band. Push. Definitely working that oblique too. Keep going. You have 10 seconds. This is great for your hip mobility too. And last one. Good job. Come on up to a standing position. I'm going to come up through downward facing dog. Roll it up. We're going to reposition that band if you need to. And we're going to squat, but with a pause at the bottom and a press out. So it looks like this. So we squat, press out, and up. Now, if you want a longer workout, you can repeat this glute set. You're also working your abs during this set, but we're focusing a little bit more on the glutes. Good. And then we're going to go down, take the band off, and work the core a little more. You can also hold a weight here. I just wanted to make this workout easy to do wherever you are. You can hold a laundry detergent bottle, a water bottle. My water bottle is pretty heavy, actually, when it's filled. I think it's 30 ounces. Let's drink your water today. Little reminder. Last one. And come up. Whew. All right, take that band off. And we're going to work the core a little bit more focused. You're going to come down to the floor. And the first exercise is bicycles. We've done this one, I think in our Pilates, we called it crisscross. All right. So lie down. Fingertips up, just supporting your head. And we're going to go pause, pause. So a little slower and go. 45 seconds. Exhale. Exhale. Now your elbow is probably touching that knee. I don't really care about that. You want to really twist even further. Lift your shoulder blades up as high as you can. Really twist. Pause makes it a little bit harder. Good. Open up that chest and make sure you're not rocking side to side. Keep that little space between your chin and your chest. All the things we went over in Pilates are good reminders here. Last one. Rest. Nice job. Okay. All right. We're going to come up on our elbows. So you can take wherever you're comfortable. You don't want to be sinking down. We're going to lift the legs up and lower. And then lower. You can also do a tabletop tap down here. This is a great position if you don't like to do this on your back. I think it's a little bit more effective in this position. You can do it here with the tap down. We did these the other day, I think on our back. You want to keep the angle at the knee. What you don't want to do is this. You want to almost move the whole leg away. You can go down with both. I'm not going to go too far. And you don't need to come too far up. If you want to add on to this as you get stronger, open out and come up. So you go down, open, makes it a little harder. Last one, and come up. Ooh. All right, we're going to flip around for an elbow plank. We're going to do an alternating knee tap. Elbow plank, you're going to be like this, not with your hands together. We don't need that extra tension. So you can either be here and hold and alternate your knee up if you're just starting out, or come up to an elbow plank and tap. So you're tapping, alternating without disturbing the pelvis. I recommend rolling to the toes here, because if you're back here, see where my heels are, you're not going to be in really full plank. So remember your option here. Just go here. The slower you go, the harder it is. You can also drop both knees if you're looking for a little more, as long as you don't come out of that pelvic neutral. You want to imagine you're balancing your Starbucks here. Core is tight, breathe. Don't put any weight on those knees, you're just tapping and bringing them up. Good, bring it down. Stretch that spine. Ooh. All right, we're coming all the way down. We're a superhero. So make an X with your body here. And we're going to lift the chest as much as you want without picking up the head. So we're going to start by one arm, one leg. So opposite arm, opposite leg. This is my go-to for lower back strength and health. Typically when people tell me, oh, my lower back is not working, I'm like, oh, do you do abdominal work? Yes. Do you do anything prone? No. So when you start adding this move, it really helps balance out all the crunches you might be doing or the knee lifts. So core is more than just on the mat, as you can see. Now you can lift both and lower, lift. If that's too much, just go alternating. You can rest as much as you want at the bottom and come right back up. Last one. Sit back into child's pose. Almost there. All right, we have a side crunch. And on this one, we're going to do, I think we did a side plank the other day. You're going to be on your imaginary back pocket, and this elbow is up. So you can lift one leg, okay, or you can lift both legs, or you can bend the knees, okay? I'm going to lift both and go. So the important key here is you are on your back pocket, not your side. When we were in the side plank, we were on like either our knee and our elbow or on a full side plank. But this one is a little bit different. It only works if you're on your back pocket. I like a straight arm here because I like to get that full range. You can again come up with one leg. You're still going to feel that crunch. Maybe here. And let those legs float. Oh, I like that one. I'm really feeling it right here. And just be careful that you're not sinking into the shoulder. Last one. Nice. Okay, before we go to the other side, we're going to do a reverse crunch. You may have seen some of these exercises or variations of them. So my favorite one is cross the ankles. Notice which one is crossed over. And we're going to crunch and then tap the heels. When you tap the heels, make sure you're not just doing this. You're keeping a little space behind the knee, and you're making sure you're not arching the back. So it's okay to not touch the floor, okay? So I'm only going to lower right there because that's where I feel my core the most. Now uncross and do the other leg. What you don't want to do is kick the heels up, okay? So you don't want to do this and add momentum. So I'm starting to go down a little lower with my tap because I'm getting warmer. I like my head, neck, and shoulders up the whole time. Try to get them up a little higher there. And two more. Last one. Good. Hug those knees in. Roll yourself up. We're going to go to the other side. And then we only have one more exercise and then a little finisher. Little finisher. Sneaky finisher. All right. On your elbow, under your shoulder. And begin. So why don't you start with one And just the act of lifting that leg is going to get that oblique. And I like the arm behind to make it a little bit more of a reach, a longer lever. But you can also be here so you're not pulling on your head. You can be here. Lots of options. Ooh. You have to make sure those lower abs are tight too. That's going to help you get the legs up. I like to push my feet together. That will help. Ooh, 5 seconds. Don't rush. And bring it in. Good. Ooh. All right, we're going to go into a high-low boat, okay? So you can do a roll down here, okay, if it doesn't work. So you're going to hug the knees in, extend out and up. You can also keep one foot down, okay, see how one foot's down, and reach that way, or go down part of the way. So you have lots of options here. And when you hug your knees in, try not to hunch your shoulders. Just hug them in for a second, get nice and tight, feel your low abs, and begin. Ready? You can also open the feet, just like we did when we were on our elbows. Whew. They're not fast, they're effective. Precision and control. So I know Pilates Day was day one, but we always focus on those Pilates principles. Whew. Roll as best you can. I'm going to go back to parallel legs. It's a little hollow hold. Oh, I'm feeling that core. You have one more. And rest. Whew. All right, get a drink. 2-minute finisher. All right, 20 seconds each, just back to back. Whew. The one we're doing prone is swimming, but if you don't like swimming in a prone position, go back to that superhero we did. Otherwise, we've done most of these, all of them. Okay. And we're going to be coming to standing, so we'll have to do a quick transition. All right, the first one is a single leg glute bridge. We haven't done this one. So you're going to have your right leg up, left foot down, arms down, and we're going to pulse for 20 seconds. Again, it's a single leg glute bridge. It's a little harder. You can also bend the knee. We ready? And go. If you started early, you'll get a bonus few seconds there. These are only 20 seconds each. So after this one, I'm going to go right to the other leg. Abs are tight. You're not going to be up as high. And switch. You can experiment with where you want this leg. It can be up. This knee is bent. And that foot is on the floor pretty close to your glutes. So you're just kind of pulsing it out, feeling that glute. Ooh. And the core is working hard because you're working one leg at a time. Get ready for a little challenge at the end of this one. 3, 2, bring it down. Come up to a glute bridge hold. All we're doing is holding here. So you can bring your arms up, squeeze tighter, release any tension in your head, neck, and shoulders. You can have your arms down, push harder into those feet, squeeze through those quads, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your abs, hold, hold, hold. Good, good. 3, 2, 1. Flip over for swimming. This one's going to get the heart rate up. So you can do this opposite arm, opposite leg swim. You could be here, or you can do what we did with the superhero, alternating or both. Good. Make sure on this one you keep the chest lifted, but you don't actively lift the head. Okay, lift from the glutes here. Abs have to be tight so you don't rock side to side. Reach to the crown of the head. Squeeze your abs here. 3, 2, 1. Come up into a standing position. We have a squat hold. Hold. Just hold. Don't pulse, just hold. If you want to make it harder, bring those arms out. Whew. You can have your hands apart here. You can have your arms up to make it harder as an extension of your spine. Whew. Looking to see what's next. Sit deeper. Whew. Nice job. Bring it up. All right, we're going down. We have flutters. Okay. We're going to bring the legs up, hands behind the head, and we're going to flutter it out. Now you can go up and down. That way you're not down the whole time. I like my hands to support the head. It's only 20 seconds, so I'm going to come down. You can also bring your arms up like we did with the weight. Abs are tight here. A little faster. 3, 2, 1. Hug it in. Woo. All right. Side plank with a little crunch. Side crunch. 20 seconds each side. We're almost there. Overhead crunch. Crunch. Good. There's a little speed component to this finisher to get your heart rate up. 3, 2, 1. Flip to the other side. And then we have an elbow plank for the finish. Just added that one. Remember, the further you reach overhead, the better. Just like we did with that kind of V-up we did. Come on. Crunch. Let that leg lift. Push it out. With that elbow to knee. Crunch it out. 3, 2, 1. Come into an elbow plank. And we're going to saw to pike on this one. Saw, pike, saw, or dolphin. We call this in yoga. Saw puts you in a perfect plank position. Remember, if this doesn't work for you, you can do bicycles. Just do something and hold. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1. Sit back into your child's pose. Let's go ahead and bring those arms over to one side. Feels so good. Excellent job with that one. Other side. Whew. So if you're liking these videos, please subscribe to my channel. Like and share would be much appreciated. Whew. Come up to all fours. Give me a little cat and cow. Stop. Feels good at the end. Everything feels a little warmer. And come to neutral. Curl the toes under. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So really brace that core. Let your knees float for a second into a bear. And then push back. Press those heels down. If it feels good for you, lift one leg and bend your knee and look up and under that opposite arm. Keeping that opposite heel down or as close to the floor as possible. Let's go to the other side. And bring it in. And walk your hands in. And roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is your head. Whew. Nice. Roll those shoulders. Whew. We're going to take a side bend and a squat and a side bend and a squat. And then bring your fingertips to your temples, hip hinge, and come up on your toes. Just a little finish off here, reviewing what we did earlier. Nice. Get a little twist here. And you can open up those arms if that feels good. Take a nice big deep breath. Bring all that good energy in. And you are done. Day 6. I can't believe it. One more day left, which is going to be like a little mishmash. I hope you're enjoying all the tips and the content. Let me know how you're doing and how you're enjoying it. But please hit subscribe to my channel and share it on your socials. That would be awesome. Recommend it to family and friends. I have over 400 videos on here. So hopefully it's something for everyone. But if there's something you're looking for, just send me a message and I will add it. Hope you're enjoying this. I'll see you tomorrow.